So, Dobie, welcome to Burlington, Iowa.
You know, Max, you told me about this place, but to actually see it, it is a new experience that I'm enjoying.
Right, and we'd like to apologize just in advance for if there's a little wind noise in the background, but we're sitting on the steps of what I knew as, when I was a kid, Apollo School. So I went to, seems like a long time ago, can't get in here now. That's like a sign of the times.
They're locking education out.
They are. I think it's privately owned now, so hopefully we're okay being here. I know the guy that owns it's a pretty nice guy, so hopefully he will be cool with
Johnny
it.
Apollo said we could find
Yeah, but it was called Apollo School. And when I went here in middle school, it was known as the roughest, kind of the, there was James Madison here in town where all the, and then there was like Oak Street, Sunnyside, different areas in town that were nice. This wasn't one of the areas that was nice. And so I took you to where I grew up. We showed a picture, Midtown Gardens, just for a while. Didn't spend my whole childhood there, but right after my parents got a divorce, that's where I ended up for a time.
Okay.
And what was your first impression today of the housing that I lived in?
Well, I lived across the street from a housing project, and it was kind of similar, and I felt the vibe that you felt.
Right.
I mean, all my friends lived in housing when I was a kid, and I got the vibe. I mean, you showed me that place that you lived in, and there's new people living there that have no memories of the memories that you had.
Right.
But they're still in your head.
Yeah. So when we got there, fresh white paint, housing, white paint.
Sure.
With linoleum floors. But I was so happy to be there, man.
Did you have furniture?
Yeah, we had some things. My mom always, she never made much money, but she always saved it, and she was always very smart with it.
Okay.
Still has money today, She made just a little over minimum wage back then and had money in the bank, She was one of those types of people that.
Good for her.
And we always had what we needed, man.
Back to your housing. You had white paint, you had linoleum floors, you're happy to be there.
Right.
And your mom had money in the bank, which is miraculous. You got to think about that back then. How many single moms don't have anything?
Right, exactly.
So,
yeah.
You had that going for you.
Yeah, exactly. So we did. And, being there in that housing was a safe place at the time. The problem with it is some of the people that, like the parents of the friends of mine, so if I'd made friends at school and they would give us a ride in their nice new car.
Sure, okay.
And they'd like, I can give you a ride home. And so they'd give me a ride home in that nice new car. I'd never see that friend again. Do you
really?
Well, I mean, the parents wouldn't want their son hanging with a kid that lives in the housing.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff happened, man. So,
did you feel it?
Of course.
I mean, it hurts as a kid.
It hurts, yeah. It hurts, But some of the kids that live there, they were just amazing kids. Just really amazing kids, I made some friendships, and a lot of them did really well. So,
now, did you go over to other friends for lunch? I mean, bologna sandwiches, peanut butter, whatever.
Yeah, sure. It was a different time.
Was it a community?
Well, we were going to tape there this morning until we got there, and we're not going to tape there.
It's pretty rough.
We didn't feel good. We didn't feel safe there. So I was thinking we'd sit on a picnic bench there, and there are no picnic benches there.
There's no picnic. That's not a picnic place.
So
I got to believe people are viewing right now that they grew up someplace too, that you might have had a rough childhood, and then you go back there when you're an adult and it's even worse.
Yeah.
And there's new people there. Same thing. And they have their own problems and torture and trouble starting, and it's just a cycle.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Right.
Repeats itself.
Exactly. It's interesting to me, though, that we had, I don't know, what most people would think would be down and out and horrible was an oasis for us, because that's how much pain was in our house when my mom and dad were married, in fear, and then going to a place like that represented something positive, And I think, I still think, and I don't want to ruffle feathers here for our 3 viewers that we have, but I still think back then my mom used it the way it was supposed to be used. Housing, I still think today has a place in our society for people that need help, right? But unfortunately, in my brain, again, go ahead and comment if you'd like to, it's a way of life for generations now. that's bad news. It wasn't a way of life for us. We knew it was temporary, and my mom used it as that and then moved on.
How many years did you stay there total?
My mom kicked me out.
You were 18?
Went to live with my dad. No, I was 14.
Okay.
So, that's a different story for a different time.
Different episode.
But I was only there a couple years. I think they were there 3-4 years. So
Let me ask you this. What went through your head? What kind of emotions as we drove by there? I didn't want to talk to you. I just wanted to let you bubble up what was ever in there that's going to come out. What did you feel?
First of all, I was very nervous.
Why?
Well, because I didn't feel safe there today.
Okay.
Okay, that's why. You know, I thought it was going to be, it'd be nice, and we'll try to not put any kids in the shots or people that live there in the shots, and we'll just kind of get the buildings in the area since it's public housing. That wasn't the case today. I felt nervous.
There were some people that said as we drove by in a nice vehicle, say, "Hey, those two guys look official."
Yeah.
They must thought we were, some kind of agency people,
bounty hunters or something.
Hunters?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so
Dog the bounty hunter.
Yeah, so I don't know. But we've already been told here that we're not supposed to be here on this property as well. So maybe we should go somewhere else.
Well, we can do that, but I'm glad that you got to do this. I think everybody, if you have some just issues or something, I think it shows that you've grown. Number one, very proud of you for doing that, because you could just go back there. I didn't know what to expect. You could have wept openly, you could have been angry, you could have done a lot of things, but you didn't. You kind of looked around and you handled it like an adult, I thought.
Yeah, well, my main concern is I didn't want somebody to pop a cap and have to. I was afraid there today.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I wasn't afraid at all.
I was afraid today.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't want to have to use my concealed carry to defend us. So.
No, I think a lot of those people that are there are hurting. They're really hurting. And I think they see us come by and they're thinking, well, there's two guys that got it together.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
No, it's not.
And I think, dare I say, love, compassion, empathy for people like that. And you try to show kindness, and I think it's just good to go back sometimes and thinking, sometimes, like you said, sometimes the problems are our fault, and sometimes people make it a generational thing. Well, if they're going to have pass-outs, I'll just do that. Comes inside.
Right.
Your mom passed it down to you. How'd your brother? I mean, he was out before.
Yeah. I mean, my brother's doing amazing. I think I'm doing pretty good, too.
You're doing very good.
My mom's doing amazing. My dad's passed,
Yeah.
So, and he lived his life the way he wanted to, just like his favorite song. I did it my way.
Did he ever come and visit you when you were there?
When I was where?
In the housing.
Oh, no, because it was not a good divorce. So, I mean, he maybe would drop us off there or pick us up for the weekend, but he didn't come and visit us there. No, it was just a quick grab your bag, get in my car, we'll get out of there, on that exchange. And I know people that have, that have divorces. The kids, I mean, it's really tough for the kids, man. Mm-hmm. It's really, really, really tough for the kids.
Sure.
Because you learn to play both sides of that. So when you're at dad's house for the weekend, mom's a bitch and she's crazy, right?
Right.
Then you go back to mom and dad's an alcoholic and he's very abusive. That kind of stuff that when you're 11, 12 years old, younger in some cases, that's really hard for your brain.
Your cement has not hardened yet in your emotional sidewalk.
Right.
And there's people just stomping and putting leaves and birds walking through there. And it is tough.
Right.
Because that does shape the metal in your head for the rest of your life.
Right. Exactly.
And there's chaos and sadness and all that stuff, tension. Now, let me ask you this before we go. And again, if you have any comments, any questions, write it down below. If you like what we're seeing here, we're just trying to peel the onion back of being real. Because the people that never talk about stuff like this, they just see them at work and who knows what they went after. Tell us about school here. You were in 9th grade. That's a really important time in your life.
Well,
were you 13, 14?
Yeah. 9th grade here was, I walked from the housing that we were at to here.
About 6 blocks, maybe 4 blocks?
Oh no. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'd say a mile and a half.
Oh, a mile and a half. Okay.
So which no big deal today, but that was all year, and that's what we had. I mean, it was different back then, and this was Iowa before global warming. So I mean, there really was a lot of snow, and there really was uphill. That all happened.
Okay.
But we didn't worry about it, and we didn't not go to school when it was 0 and a bunch of snow outside. We wore Mom made sure that we had the proper gear to get to school, and we got to school.
Galoshes.
Well, I mean, boots.
Boots.
and mittens. Yeah. So,
How was the school lunch? I don't know if anybody that liked their school lunch.
it was good here.
Yeah.
It was good here. Yeah. And that was another thing too. We qualified for the special colored lunch ticket.
Oh yeah, the free lunch.
Right? But I never took it. Mom never took it. You know, it was a pride thing, I guess. You know, we never took the free lunch, and I would always get an extra milk. You know, that was the
Another
good thing.
6 cents.
Yeah,
whatever it
well,
was.
whatever it was at the time, and you know, I thought the school lunch was great, and there was a lot of great teachers here at the time too. There really was, and so there were good things happening here at this building, and education to me. I look back now and I wish I would have taken it more seriously then. Probably a lot of people do. But I loved it. I loved being able to learn. I didn't like the studying part, and I got through school without studying much at all. You know, a great solid C student, and you know, toward the end of high school, B average, you know, but never really applied myself because it's hard to apply yourself when there's so much shit going on in your house.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
when your house is always stressful. Always stressful.
You mean you can't find 2 or 3 hours to sit down there? There was no internet
Yeah.
to go to the library
Right.
and go through the encyclopedias and do your projects and your
Right.
reports. So a lot of smart kids get
Yeah.
squelched
Yeah, exactly.
because they do are a C student or lower.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, I'll tell you what. Let's close it here. Let's head out to Crapo Park, which I know you probably had a different name for when you saw the name.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. This is digging into Max's life, but it's about all of us because we're all dented cancer. We support each other. Thanks for sharing, buddy. Thanks for opening up. It takes a lot of guts to do that.
No problem, man.
Proud of you. We are the Dented Cast. He's Max. I'm Dobie. Hit like if you like it. Subscribe to us. We've got a lot more to talk about. We'll talk to you soon on the Dented Cast.